So we get to the halfway point of day one of round two. It's race 6, heat 2, junior road tax. Let's take you through the starting grid. Well, Tom Streller, who went on to win heat number 1 by just under 2 seconds, starts again from pole position. Alongside him once more, the man that pipped Tom Streller to the European Minimax crown a couple of years ago. Boris Maximov back alongside on the front row. Maximov ended up 5th in the first heat. Dave van Wyk was 3rd. He starts 3rd again in this particular race alongside him Jacob Ashcroft, who also ended up finishing where he started from in 4th. Harry Bartle and Cameron Nelson round out row 3. Lars Lambers and Max Odersky row 4. Naomi Garcia and Vlad Domenchuk round out row number 5 with Rory Armstrong. Ollie Wise, Bran van der Weyken, Jim Back, Raymond Bansel, Noah Janssen, Mate Kobahidze, Will Archer, Alexander Van Meeuwen, Elliot Surtees, Jake Menton and Isaac Barker round out the 22-strong grid. Van Meeuwen was deemed to have been pushing post-race and was given a second time penalty at the 2:66. Rory Armstrong also received the 5-second time penalty for pushing in Heat 1. Demoting the youngster from County Down, Northern Ireland, down to 13th, even though he'd finished in the top 10. Multiple front-fairing penalties for Jake Menton, Mate Kobahidze, not Isaac Barker, Raymond Bansel, Naomi Garcia, Max Odersky, and Cameron Nelson. All with the front fairings out of position. So, Tom Streller, will he do it again in Heat 2? Well, 7 minutes plus 1 additional lap will decide that, but the red lights are back again on the starting gantry. Head of the penultimate heat of round 2 of the championship season. So the drivers make their way through the chicane into the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are on, lights are out first time. Cameron Nelson straight away on the offensive as Tom Streller holds on to the lead through the opening corner. 3 wide, just outside of the top 12. Someone's gone off and on to the grass, and that is the 2:15 Elliot Surtees. Real shame for the young Brit. But oh dear, someone's been turned around. Naomi Garcia, I think, has just ended up inadvertently making contact. Not too sure if the left front might be okay for the driver from Trinidad and Tobago. And it was Rory Armstrong, the 2:66, that ended up being turned around. And that was actually through an incident. And, well, there was another one that was turned around. Didn't quite catch out the number, but Rory Armstrong got turned. Somebody else got turned around as well. That was another OTK kart. Might have been a Raymond Bansal from India in the 2:48. But after the opening lap, Streller leads. Bartle now up into P2 already by the end of the opening lap. Van Wyk, Lambers, Maximov. So, looking at it from this perspective, it looks like it was Mate Kobahidze that got the turnaround through turn 3. That seems to be a bit of a pinch point. 2:42, Lars Lambers ending up being forced a little bit wide through turn 3. So Garcia down 13 places. Bartle has just had seconds stolen off of him by Dave van Wyk through Chemin de Fer at turn number 6. Great move by the 2:46. Lars Lambers ahead of Jacob Ashcroft, who is, well, no, it's not Lars. I think Lars Lambers is actually behind. Yeah, Lars Lambers now running in what is 6th position because Boris Maximov and Jacob Ashcroft have got through for 4th and 5th respectively. 7th is Raymond Bansel, so it looks like, it was Mate Kobahidze that got turned around as up the inside, through on Boris Maximov. Oh, dearie me, and Lars Lambers makes a complete pig's ear of turn 2, compromises Maximov and drops him down. That would be behind Cameron Nelson. I think Raymond Bansel has gotten through. So, again, it's just been a case. All the 2KR Sport teammates. Ollie Wise going literally straight up the inside of the 224 of Vlad Domenchuk. They've got Max Odersky, the driver on the Sodi kart from SLC Karting, the 297, right with them. Oh, there are some drivers that just I mean, I can understand there's been a little bit of breather after the opening round, but drivers have been busy all the way through the season. The top three rounded out by Harry Bartle and also led by Tom Strella, with Thijs van Wijk, the meat in the proverbial sandwich, covered by just under half a second after the opening 3 laps. And Ayman Bansal up 8 places, now 7th. Alexander Vermeulen up from 19th to 12th. Isaac Barker, 22nd to 13th, ahead of Jake Menton, who started 21st. Will Archer has also made some places. The 261 from the UK, now up 3 spots from 18th, now rounds out the top 15. Well, we're past half-time in this race, and still the battle lines are being drawn. We're still not getting an idea, an indication of who is really going to be the closest competitors to those in front, but Tom Strella leading by just over 1/10 of a second as Cameron Nelson catches up with Dan Holland Racing teammate Jacob Ashcroft, and now gets through at turn 3, but Ashcroft with the presence of mind to get the old cut back and switches back into 4th place after Cameron Nelson drifted wide. Now into Chemin de Fer at turn 6. The battle for the race lead really heating up, and I would not be at all surprised if we have Ashcroft, Nelson, maybe even Maximov, Bansal, even Ollie Wise, because last time around, after 4 laps, 3 seconds covered the top 8. 4 seconds covered the top 10. Top 19 rounded out by Georgia's Mate Kobahidze, covered by less than 10 seconds, but the race lead is being hotly contested. Strella defending sternly ahead of Thijs van Wijk, who looks up the inside through at turn number 2. Harry Bartle also trying to make his way through as well, gets through. Oh my goodness me, what a move from Harry Bartle, threaded the eye of the needle through 3 and got past Strella. Now Ashcroft joins the fray, Nelson in tow. This could be something magical. It's happening right before our very eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and Rotax race fans, it is an absolutely brilliant display. Harry Bartle, that is a move I would not have seen coming, straight through the middle of 2 drivers. Picks up second, doesn't get the race lead, but still has under 1.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap to still go for it. Now, Bartle pulls the trigger, up the inside of Van Wijk, through at turn number 1, now defends into 2. Strella back into this, Ashcroft joins the fray. Nelson covers the top 5, and the top 5, well, just under a second separated them. New fastest lap of the race goes to Max Siderski, is off the circuit. Off the circuit, that is Tom Strella through the exit of turn number 4. Oh, dearie me, not exactly what he would have wanted at that point. I was right behind Thijs van Wijk, went for the move and just went over the rear bumper of Van Wijk, who is not in second anymore. He's down to 5th place. So Harry Bartle leads Jacob Ashcroft, Cameron Nelson. I think that's Boaz Maximov in 4th place. Yes, it is. Thijs van Wijk. Now Ollie Wise is 6th ahead of Ayman Bansal. And Strella drops all the way down the order to 15th. What a disaster for the youngster based just outside of Riga. Next time around, it's going to be the final lap of this second heat. And now, as I said, there is unpredictability in the air. It's very much the case right here, right now, in this second heat for Junior Rotax. Timer has now expired in the meantime. This time around, well, Harry Bartle finished 2nd in Heat 1. He's going to go on to the last lap of the race as the leader. And will give him the advantage in terms of the ranking after heats, heading into the final heat of this afternoon. Bartle leads Ashcroft by 6/10. Nelson 3rd, Maximov, Van Wijk, Wise, Siderski, and there goes Maximov up the inside of Nelson through turn 3. Van Wyk tried to time it, and it was a bit too late at that point for the 2:46. And now he's got Ollie Wise for company, and Ollie Wise looking for a top 5 finish in this second heat of the weekend. Out of Escargot for the final time. And it is going to be a win for the 2:73. From 5th on the grid, Harry Bartle wins Heat 2 here in Junior Rotax. Second, it's Jacob Ashcroft. Third, it's Maximov edging out Cameron Nelson by 78 thousandths of a second. Thijs van Wyk, Ollie Wise, Max Siderski, and Ayman Bansal, Vlad Tominchuk and Lars Lambers round out to the top 10. Unfortunately, well, Jake Menton we lost on lap 6. Rory Armstrong on lap 8 with 2 to go. Didn't make it past sector number 2, so Armstrong out. 20 drivers ending up finishing the race with Bartle taking the win by just over 0.6 of a second ahead of Jacob Ashcroft. Boris Maximov in P3, Cameron Nelson, Thijs van Wyk, and we've got a time penalty for pushing for Isaac Barker, demoting him down to 15th place. After that one would have meant that he was 12th. But Bartle wins ahead of Ashcroft, Maximov, Nelson, Van Wyk. They ran at the top 5 with Wise, Siderski, Bansal, Tominchuk, Lambers running at the top 10. Alexander Van Meeuwen, Tom Streller, Will Archer, Bran van der Weken, Isaac Barker ran at the top 15 with Jim Back, Noah Janssen, Naomi Garcia, Mate Kobehidze, and Elliot Surtees running at the 20 finishes. Rory Armstrong out with 2 laps to go and 3 laps to go. Jake Menton we lost on lap 6.